Hello everybody and every pony, Black Demon Knight here, and today I want to present my theory idea on the Storm King, for the main antagonist of the future that's coming relatively soon, My Little Pony the movie. Now, I am excited for this movie. I've seen all three trailers that were released: the teaser, the one that showcased the more of the visuals and what kind of story we're getting, and the latest one that introduced all the story elements to it. Now, what we were led to believe in the initial trailers was Tempest, who the unicorn with the broken horn, was the main antagonist. But it turns out she's merely a flunky, second in command. The real antagonist is the not very looked upon Storm King, or the Storm King, who is given more in depth in the My Little Pony comics and books. So I wanted to go about and first give you a brief, for those who haven't read the books, like I haven't, because where I live they don't sell them. Brief look down on the Storm King. Now, from what I've initially read of it all, the Storm King seems to be like some kind of infamous sky pirate, or sky dictator. He goes around to different kingdoms, plundering each kingdom of their palace treasures, and then laying waste to the entire city. He has done this a number of times, and he's kind of infamous. Now, when I first saw him, I assumed he was a satyr of some kind, a unique look of a satyr, since they can't have him look humanoid, so they gave him a more monkey-like features. It turns out this ain't the case. He's an entirely new species that we haven't seen before in Equestria. But I still count him as a humanoid of sorts, because he does kind of look like a monkey. And from what I can tell, like I said, I haven't seen everything of My Little Pony. I don't know if they've already introduced monkey creatures into the show or books. So forgive me if I'm wrong that he's the first sort of humanoid that we've seen in Equestria that didn't come through the portal that leads to Equestria's reality. Anyway, the earliest known history of the Storm King we get is in the My Little Pony the movie prequel issue 1, which introduced us to him and his first second in command, Strife, who is kind of like that. If you look at the picture I've displayed for you, he's kind of that little cloud thing with arms. Who were about to invade another kingdom of Panthria, which is the capital of Abyssinia. And sorry, I'm possibly botching the names, but anyway, what you have to know is that this kingdom is the kingdom populated solely by anthropomorphic cat people. So basically, the character of Kappa Dapperpaws, that cat guy that's wearing a red coat. And as such, this gives us influence for why he would be willing to help the ponies in taking down the Storm King, since his kingdom his home was laid to waste, and he did live there. If you had the books, you can see him without his red coat in pages 5 and 11 of the book. Anyway, all goes according to plan, except for one minor tidbit, and that is Strife betrays the Storm King and leaves off with Captain Sinalo and her crew of parrot pirates. I will admit, I see what they did there. They made actual pirates, but I am left to kind of wonder about what they used to put on their shoulders. The Polly wants a crap kind of deal. Anyway, Storm King. Naturally, the Storm King doesn't take this lightly. He appoints Grubber, the little pug-looking thing, as his new second-in-command, although, given things, I think this is short-lived. Anyway, he does catch up in issue 2 to Celo's ship, and he tosses Strife overboard. Now, I'm not sure, since he's a cloud, if he can float, but I'm counting this as possibly Equestria's first count of actual death of a character that didn't result in friendship magic and whatnot. And say that the Storm King is much more vicious than any other villain, even Tarek. Or Tyrek, sorry. Anyway, he's more vicious than any villain we've seen before, since he's willing to kill to get his way. And he takes control of Celano's ship. I'm sorry, I have to pronounce these because I'm going strictly off script. I'm going no script at all into this. This is my own imagination, first-hand thoughts. So he forces her crew to work as cargo haulers. Now, given this gives them a reason to help Twilight take down the Storm King to get out of being in servitude. Now, I don't know their necessary relationship with Strife, but they may want to also avenge him if he is actually dead and doesn't appear in the movie. I doubt he's going to appear in the movie, but he might have a small scene. We don't know. Anyway, you're probably wondering his relationship with Tempest. How did that start? Well, during his travels around Equestria and possibly the outskirts of it, Storm King comes across a broken-horned unicorn who stole the misfortune malachite that was in his possession. I have a feeling that this little MacGuffin is going to play a part in the movie, since I don't even know what it is. It doesn't have a link on the wiki for it. Anyway, he's possibly impressed by her skills to invade his ship and able to basically take something that he values. He offers her a chance to fix her horn. Obviously, the Storm King must have some magical properties that allow this, or knows of a way. But he wants something in return. A pearl from the kingdom of Hippogrifa. Tempest, Shadow, that's her full name, takes him up on this offer. But in the long run, despite her impressive skills that she displayed in the movie, she fails in the task. And as a way to make it up to him in a chance to actually have a horn fixed, she offers him a different deal. Stealing the magic of the 3 Alicorn princesses of Canterlot to make him more powerful. And that is how we get to where we are in the movie. And that is the reason why Tempest is after the pony's magic. It's for the Storm King in order for her to have her horn fixed. That is her only motivation. And this does definitely put the Storm King a level above Tarek. We all know how intimidating that centaur was. He wanted the pony's magic as well, but he was already intimidating to look at after he got out of that old cloaked old man look that he had after absorbing a few ponies' magic. He was intimidating. He destroyed the library, the sanctuary, the place we know since this show began. Twilight's original home when she moved to Ponyville. He nearly won. All he did, he nearly won. But Storm King, he's on a level difference, since he killed his ex-second-in-command, supposedly. Like I said, information on that little tidbit since Strife was a cloud, but I don't know how that. But I don't think since he had arms that looked like they could reach the floor, he needed ground to walk on, and I don't know if he could float. But he killed his ex-second in command. That shows how far he's willing to go for power and control, and how you don't want to cross his path. He is a ruthless villain, it seems, but I doubt the movie would willingly go that far to show that much, as even the comics wouldn't possibly show that much, but it implies it. Which is why he definitely fits the ruthlessness. However, since we've seen so little of him in the actual trailers, the only instance we have is the second point in that second trailer near the end, where he basically mocks Twilight's talk about friendship and whatnot when she's telling it to Tempest, showing he has a very negative view on anything happiness and cuddly. Plus, since he seems like a ruthless dictator, I'm counting he's not going to fulfill his end of the bargain if he gets his way and gets the princess's magic from Tempest. With Tempest's help, I doubt he's going to willingly fix her form. In fact, I think he'll keep stringing her along with the false promises, if he could. But that's just my interpretation of what this character is, how I feel from what I've read of him. But little there is on the wiki. So, does this make me want to see the movie more? Kind of, to see what this kind of character is, what he's capable of. If he's just a goofy villain, or if he is as ruthless as I've interpreted him to be, but with a goofy side as well. Because remember, it is a kids movie, so villains in kids movies sometimes have to have a comedic side to them. Sometimes, not all the time. But since Tempest takes the more serious route, it would make sense that he would basically fall into his monkey-looking stereotype, I think. Being quite silly and not looking like much of a threat. But maybe that's why But there is a reason why he's the leader. If he rules it through intimidation and power. And since he's incapable of using magic on his own, he's willing to use broad strength to do it, and overwhelming numbers. Well, I'm going to possibly do more theories and IDUs and what ifs on My Little Pony, since I want to start up my channel again and do more with it instead of linger on YouTube. I think this is a good start. So if you have any ideas of what I should cover, what I should do let me know in the comments, and I'll consider it. I have a lot of free time, so I have a lot of time to ponder and a lot of time to do, and I need to basically get my mind off some things. Since I'm sorry, I'm not gonna turn this into something else than what it is and not keep you, since this is my return to the video making since last year, I think. Maybe the year before, I don't know. But I hope this is a welcome return, and I hope you enjoyed this little sort of theory, sort of description of what the Storm King is. Anyway, I won't keep you. Have a fantastic evening or morning wherever you live. So see you around, everybody. This is Black Demon Knight, and I am signing out.